What's going on, everyone? Jake here again, on the road again. So this morning we are going to look at something I found. Well, you'll know by the title of the video and all that, but something I found, I think last week, maybe a week ago even, I don't know. But the guy he's been out of town on vacation, so he said, next Monday morning I'll be there. So I'm on my way there now. I'm going to get there a little early because he said he had people blowing him up on this thing. So don't want to miss out on it. Definitely want to be first to check it out and possibly pick it up if it's, as he described it in the post. But we'll see about that. Let's say we're almost there now. I think we're about 10 minutes away. So let's see what happens when we get there. Alright guys, so I forgot to film anything after he pulled it out. I also was just trying to, it was at a busy business there, so wasn't trying to take up his time filming and all that. But anyway, as you can see, we bought it. I'm on my way home with it right now. It's doing great, running great, not getting hot at all. Oil pressure's good, gas gauge isn't working. But yeah, not doing too bad. Figuring out the gears and the clutch and all that. First gear you really don't even have to use because it's such a short go. So he told me just to, when you stop, just start off in second. So that's what I've been doing. Even all the way in fifth gear, we don't go very fast. I got it up to maybe 40 just on the previous road. And it's the engine's screaming. So it's a 71. They weren't built to go fast. But anyway, yeah. We're coming through downtown right now, so I gotta be safe and get off of here, but pretty excited. Alright guys, so it's the next day. I ended up getting busy yesterday when I got this back home, so, well, to my buddy's place, but whatever. So yeah, so I wanted to go ahead now and show you all around this thing. So we can start with the inside. Interior is pretty good shape. Does have some rips in the dash pad. And paint wore off the door from multiple years of people setting their arm there. But it says 12,000 some miles. Don't know if that's accurate or not. Not really any way to tell. It's only a 5-digit odometer. But yeah, I mean, this thing runs awesome. I just fired it up a minute ago. I'll fire it up again. So it runs great. Doesn't get hot at all. Oil pressure's good. They say it shifts good. It is a little hard to get it in gear because they're, big, long shifts. And then he told me too, I think I mentioned yesterday, he said don't even bother with first gear, just start it in second because that first gear is so, there's, not much trouble. And then, but once you get it down in fifth all the way and you've got the pedal on the floor, you're only going about 40, 45, if that. That's about all it's got. Yeah, so this is all the controls. It's got 2 push buttons. You turn there's a big switch outside, and I'll show you in a minute. You got to turn that on, then you turn the ignition on, and then either one of these starts the engine. I don't know why there's two. And then obviously this is all the siren sounds and the PA. This is the little spinny light up top, and then these are for the other side flashers. I think that were added in aftermarket because they're LED. Got all the old fire station stuff. Let's see, I don't think there was much in here. There's a couple extra, whatever you call it. And then got this from where it was purchased at and when it was delivered. One of their old, let's see, their old business cards. And then we even have the original manual for it. It's right here with all their information. Moscow Township Fire Department. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So go ahead and get out and show you around. So yeah, this is the main power switch. It's off right now. So you want to turn it all the way up, and then that you can go ahead and start it, and then also, you know, all your power stuff works. But it's got 2 batteries in here. He said it originally had like a big 6 volt, but he just went ahead and put 2 12 volts in there, and it works just the same. So then these are the hard lines that you would hook up to the pump on the front. He said he put this on here because they used to go suck water out of the pond, and they didn't want to suck fish up, so they built that on there. And then up here are the hoses, which are wound up in there. And there's actually a motor in here. I think it was this here. You pull this out, and they spin, and it'll wind the hose back up. And they actually still work. Obviously, that's the siren. The old spinny dome light, whatever you want to call it. And then coming up around the front here, see it's got a 427 big block in it. And there's a C60 truck. And then up front we got a great big bumper. Got a couple little tools here I'd use for tightening, loosening, things like that. And then all these here, these and this little ring would have some kind of tanks that they clamped on there. And then this is the pump, which I'm told it still works. So those big hard lines would go on here, and then turn it on or whatever, and it would suck the water up. And then one of these you turn the other way, and you know, it'll pump it out. But that's supposed to all work. I think it's all PTO driven, because when it's running, that shaft down there is constantly spinning. But all the gauges and such for all that stuff. But I mean, the truck's in pretty good shape. It does have, you know, the rockers are gone out of it, which is to be expected. It's a 71, so yeah, coming around here we got the ladder, and then another hose. Yeah, the doors both open pretty good and shut pretty good. Nope, except the button just got stuck on that one. But anyway, and then the gas tank is in here, and it is a really small tank. I actually ran out of gas driving it from where I did, and it was only a half-hour drive. But it's got a real small, like, I think he said like a 20-gallon tank. So if I end up keeping it around and doing something with it, I want to look into putting a bigger tank in it. And then just got all the storage here. Yeah, this one opens. I think the other side doesn't open at the moment, and it goes all the way through to the other side. There's some couplings and things like that. And then coming around the back, this is more just storage doors. All goes into the same box. It does have some rust over there, but, and then more storage space up here. I don't know what they would have put in there. And then they put all this up here, all these boards, and built these little benches so they could, you know, give rides to kids and things like that. Obviously it all needs to be replaced, which, like I say, if I keep it around I'll end up doing that. And pretty much the same on this side. But so I can go ahead and pop the hood, fire it up. Alright, so here's under the hood. No idea what any of all this stuff's for, but that's the motor there. Don't leak anything. I say it runs really good, really smooth. Great big radiator in it. But let's go ahead and start it up. If I don't fall and die. So like I say, I'm gonna turn this over to on. Turn that off. And then ignition. And then either one of these turns it over. Fires right up. But it's got a good sound to it too. So this one does the top spinny one, show what that one does, and then that one does the others. So if you look, I got one out. There's the little ones back there. You got these flashers everywhere. Started working. Yeah, so this does everything. This is the PA, which is that you turn this all the way up, you can talk into it. It's a speaker outside. And then these are all just different siren settings. I think on this one, this does the one siren. Oh, nope. What was it? Oh, this one. This one here does that one, and then each one of these other ones does something somehow, I forget. And it does that, and it does that one, and then that does that. So it's got all kinds of different little settings and sirens and stuff on it, so it's pretty sweet. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I say it's a pretty cool old truck, really cool piece of history, all that. You know, I love hearing the stories on old stuff like this. He didn't have a whole lot of information for me, but he said he's pretty sure they're the original owners of it, and they had it for about 40 years until he bought it, and then he's had it for the last 15 years, and he was pretty sad to see it go. He said he had a lot of fun with it and got a lot of memories in this thing. So hopefully, I'll end up keeping it around and doing some work to it. Probably the first thing I'm going to do is change the fluids and, maybe spark plugs, do a tune-up on it. It does run a little bit rough, but overall it runs pretty decent. When you shut it off, though, it's after it runs for a few minutes, warms up. When you shut it off, it kind of, it'll kind of sit there clanking a little bit. It doesn't shut off right away. It might be spark knock or something they call that. I don't remember. But other than that, it's not bad. Oh, and then the brakes. So the brakes work, but when you first push the pedal down, it'll go down a little ways, and it feels like there's air in the system. So it'll go down a little bit, and then they'll catch. So might just need the brakes bled. you know, hopefully not a big deal. But let's say I drove it here over a half hour and didn't have any issues with it. Ran great, shifted good. Like I say, I just ran out of gas in it because it's got a tiny tank and the gauge isn't showing correctly right now. The lever's all the way past full, which obviously is not right. So just another thing to have to figure out. But yeah, anyways, that's gonna be it for this one. Let me know what you guys think. Smash that like button if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe. And have a good one.